Hey everybody, you're watching We the Fandom, where we discuss comic books, pop culture, and the fandom experience. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more content. Hey everybody, Jacob here at We the Fandom. And after 5 weeks of watching an old guy chase another old guy around, intercut with an angry lady bursting in like the Kool-Aid Man to deliver her incoherent motivations, as well as an annoying tag-along, we are at the finale of the series that is, frankly, held back by the franchise's own lore, as we knew it would be. If this review feels a little all over the place, I do apologize. This was a difficult one. So was it just me, or was that the silliest looking pursuit scene in all of Star Wars? And yes, that includes The Last Jedi. The ships themselves and the way they moved didn't just look low budget, but the scene overall just seemed poorly written. Anyway, Obi-Wan decides to leave the ship so that all Force sensitives will survive while Vader goes after him. Which is really what he should have done at the end of the last episode, even though he promised to get Leia home. It's the first thing that he's done in the show that makes any sense. Of course, we can't have two instances where people make sense in the same episode. On the Imperial ship, as they watch Obi-Wan get away in an escape craft, the Grand Inquisitor points out that they can't go all in on following him and let the whole refugee group go. Which I actually agree with. Why can't Vader just follow Obi-Wan alone? But no, he diverts the entire mission to follow Obi-Wan's escape craft, only to have his own craft prepared to go after Obi-Wan alone once they reach the planet. It seems like some really clumsy-ass writing just to allow the refugees to escape. And I'm sure there was a much better way to do that. For instance, we could have gotten a really cool and tension-filled scene where Vader was chasing Obi-Wan down in his TIE Interceptor. We get to see some of those famous pilot skills, and it would have been cool to see Vader hunt his prey. In terms of the Obi-Wan versus Vader duel, the thing that everyone was waiting for, to me it just wasn't as impactful as I expected, and that's pretty bad because that's the main reason that most Star Wars fans tuned into the show in the first place. The duel seems like it quote-unquote ends with Vader burying Obi-Wan under rock instead of using his lightsaber. Obviously, I know that he can't kill him for continuity reasons, but that right there is the problem with the show's premise. Before it came out, Disney was teasing this duel, and fans were getting angry, believing that it would break canon. And you can't make this duel as good as it could be without altering the lore. That being said, it does get slightly better. Obi-Wan does have a pretty epic moment, cementing the fact that he's gotten his full power back in wielding the Force. He's able to overpower Vader and slash his mask open, giving us what seems like was meant to be a heartfelt moment between the two, but it just rehashes stuff we already knew. That Obi-Wan feels like he failed Anakin, but that it was Anakin's own choices that turned him into Vader. And then because he has to, and not because it makes sense for the plot, Obi-Wan leaves and lets Vader live. Here's something else that doesn't make sense. Reva gets to Tatooine and finds out where Owen, Beru, and Luke live, prompting Owen and Beru to stay and decide to fight her off to protect Luke. But why the hell is Reva trying to kill Luke? What are we, the audience, supposed to assume that she gets out of this? And again, since it would break lore to do so, in the end, she doesn't kill Luke and instead brings him back to the farm after having chased him in the desert. What was the point of this? What was the point of any of her actions? Seriously, Disney, you made us sit through 6 episodes and nothing has changed. Just like we knew it couldn't from the start because it would break canon. But I forget. This series was really about Reva, introducing us to her character, attempting to make the audience feel sympathy towards her even though we shouldn't, and to make us believe that she had a character arc even though she didn't. None of that happened. The writers wasted what could have been a good character, which is hilarious given how much emphasis they put on her. Interestingly, they bring in the Emperor at the end of the episode to question whether or not Vader still has any loyalty towards his own master. Out of all the cameos, that was one I didn't expect, so it was somewhat interesting. They also tacked on at the very end a scene where Obi-Wan meets Luke for the first time, except we don't know what he says to him. And then also Qui-Gon appears after they teased it for the first 5 episodes, except he appears in another scene with no substance. It's like Disney put those in because they felt they had to, when really what they wanted to do was more scenes with Leia and Reva. Yeah, let's just throw Luke and Qui-Gon in there for nostalgia, but don't actually do anything with them. What an unapologetic cash grab this show ended up being. Am I going too far in saying that you could skip this entire series and you wouldn't be missing out on much? Maybe it'd be less controversial to say that you could skip episodes 2 through 5 because the plot doesn't move forward at all. I don't really know what else to say. Honestly, the constant disappointment that I feel after watching Marvel and Star Wars content sometimes makes me want to give up on my hobbies. Phase 4 of Marvel has been a stew of shit with nostalgia mixed in to sweeten it up, and Star Wars hasn't been good since the final season of the Clone Wars. I keep holding on to certain scenes or small moments here and there, just so I can pretend that some of it is good, but it's getting harder and harder to do it. So yeah, that was the Kenobi series. Go ahead and tell me what you thought of it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. I'll see you all next time.